Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something really key. What skills does a Salesforce consultant really need to make a high impact looking towards, say, 2025?
And we've got some great insights to guide us, specifically from Raksha Sanganee.
Right, Raksha is currently a Salesforce solution consultant and architect at Fluido. Loads of experience.
Yeah, over 4 years deep in the Salesforce world, and she really specializes in creating those, custom tailored applications.
And the credentials back it up. 14 Salesforce certs. That's serious. Things like application architect, CPQ specialist.
Absolutely. And it's not just Salesforce tech. She's got recognition, too. A Capado Global Award winner, a woman in IT nominee, plus, 7 Capado certs. And get this, 37 DevOps certifications from GearSet.
Wow. Okay, so definitely someone who knows their stuff across the board.
Exactly. So to really get a handle on what makes a successful consultant now and moving forward, we're diving into her article, Salesforce Consultant Series 2025, Winning Clients and Projects.
Think of this as your shortcut to understanding the essentials. We'll cover the tech skills, the business side, those crucial soft skills, and of course, certs and learning.
Okay, so where do we start? Maybe with how the role itself is changing.
Yeah, good idea. Because it wasn't long ago, was it, that people thought of consultants mainly as, like, implementers?
Totally. Someone who just comes in, sets up the software, maybe does some basic configuration, and then poof, they're gone.
Right. But that picture feels, well, really outdated now.
It really is. Today, consultants are involved much earlier, much deeper. They're helping shape business strategy, driving big digital transformation projects. Salesforce is often the core engine for that.
And Rasho points out things like AI, automation, those specific industry clouds. They're pushing this evolution even faster towards 2025.
Definitely. Consultants need to be much more strategic thinkers now.
But that strategic thinking still needs a solid technical base.
Right. Oh, absolutely. You can't skip the fundamentals. Let's talk CRM configuration first. You might think, with Salesforce being so powerful now, maybe the basics matter less.
Yeah, is point and click enough.
Hmm.
But Raksha says configuration is still a cornerstone.
It absolutely is. Knowing how to properly set up custom objects, fields, page layouts, record types, validation rules, workflow automation, that's still critical for tailoring Salesforce effectively.
So it's about making it fit the business like a glove, not just using the standard features.
Exactly. It's about building a scalable, efficient solution. Think of it like building a house. You need the foundation right before you put up the fancy walls.
Good analogy.
Oh.
Okay, what about the more complex stuff, like coding, Apex?
Still vital. Raksha makes it clear, even with all the low-code tools, Apex programming is essential for those complex custom jobs.
So when the point-and-click options run out.
Pretty much. Or when you need really specific, intricate business logic, custom triggers for complex automation, or sophisticated integrations with other systems, Apex lets you go beyond the out-of-the-box stuff.
Okay, makes sense. And on the user side, she mentions Lightning Web Components, LWC. Why is that so important?
Well, Salesforce has fully moved to the Lightning experience, right? So LWC is the modern way to build user interfaces on the platform.
What's better about them?
They're built using current web standards, so they're responsive, they work well on any device, they're generally easier to maintain, update, and crucially, highly customizable.
So that's how consultants create those really slick, user-friendly dashboards and custom components people actually like using.
Exactly. It's key for user adoption and making the system feel intuitive.
Got it. Now, you mentioned low-code earlier. Raksha talks a lot about flows, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, flows are a huge deal. With the rise of no-code, low-code, mastering Flow Builder is pretty much non-negotiable now.
Because you can automate so much without writing code.
Precisely. From simple record updates to really complex multi-step business processes. And she also nods to the older tools like Process Builder and Workflow Rules for standard stuff.
And she links flows to integration tools, too.
Yeah, like MuleSoft. Combining powerful automation within Salesforce with robust integration across systems, that's where you get massive operational efficiency gains.
Which brings us neatly to integrations themselves. Salesforce rarely lives alone, does it?
Almost never. It's usually the hub in a bigger tech stack. So understanding integrations is vital.
What kind of integrations are we talking about?
Well, API integrations, knowing REST and SOAP APIs, familiarity with middleware platforms like MuleSoft or Jitterbit, and understanding ETL processes for moving data around effectively.
Because disconnected systems mean data silos and bad decisions, right?
Exactly. Good integration means smooth data flow, better accuracy, and ultimately better business intelligence for the client.
Okay, so that covers a lot of the core tech. But Raksha stresses it's not just about tech skills, there's the business and strategy side too.
Absolutely. This is where consultants really become advisors. First up, business process mapping.
Why is mapping so fundamental?
You can't design a good solution if you don't truly understand how the client's business actually works. You need to map out their workflows, often visually using tools like Visio or Lucidchart.
To find the pain points and see where Salesforce fits best.
Precisely. It's about aligning the tech with their processes to make them more efficient. It takes real business analysis skills to do that well.
And related to that is industry knowledge you mentioned.
Yes. With Salesforce pushing industry-specific clouds, health cloud, financial services cloud, manufacturing cloud, etc., general knowledge isn't always enough.
So you need to speak the client's language, understand their specific challenges.
You really do. If you're working in healthcare, you need to understand patient journeys, iPay, compliance, things like that. In finance, it's client portfolios, regulations, advisor workflows. It makes the solution much more relevant and impactful.
That makes total sense. Which leads to solution design. Is that putting it all together?
That's a great way to put it. It's taking the business requirements, the industry context, the technical possibilities, and designing a solution that's scalable, integrated, and actually meets the need.
So it's higher level thinking, balancing what's feasible with what the client wants.
Exactly. Designing custom pages, flows, automation strategies, ensuring it all hangs together and delivers long-term value. It's a blend of art and science, really.
Okay, tech skills, business strategy. But what about the people side? Soft skills.
Crucial. Raksha puts a huge emphasis here. Communication is probably number one.
In what way? Just talking to clients.
It's more than that. It's active listening, really sharing the client's needs. It's being able to explain complex technical things to people who aren't technical without jargon. And it's clear documentation, too.
Yeah, if no one understands the solution or how to use it, it doesn't matter how clever it is.
Spot on. Then there's stakeholder management.
Dealing with all the different people involved.
Right. You got IT folks, business leaders, end users, project managers, all with different perspectives and priorities. You need to build relationships, keep everyone in the loop, manage expectations.
Sounds like it requires some diplomacy.
Definitely. And that ties into negotiation skills.
Which isn't just about price, Raksha says.
No, not at all. It's about negotiating scope, what's in, what's out. It's balancing resources and timelines. It's managing expectations realistically. It's finding that sweet spot where the solution is beneficial for the client, but also, achievable.
Okay, that's a really broad skill set. And the Salesforce world changes so fast. How do consultants keep up?
Continuous learning. It's
Yeah.
essential. And certifications play a big role here.
As proof of knowledge?
Partly, yes. Raksha lists key certs for 2024, like admin, platform dev, NEI2, application architect, advanced admin, integration architect. They validate your skills.
But it's more than just collecting badges.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. It's about genuinely staying current with platform updates, new features, best practices. It has to be an ongoing commitment. The ecosystem evolves constantly.
Are there specific tools Raksha highlights that consultants really need in their toolkit?
She does mention a few key types. For DevOps, managing development and deployment tools like Capado and GearSet are important for streamlining things, making releases smoother and safer.
Improving that whole CI/CD pipeline.
Exactly. Then for automation and integration, she brings up MuleSoft again and Salesforce Flow for that powerful internal automation.
And for keeping track of everything.
Documentation tools. Things like Confluence for knowledge bases and Lucidchart for process diagrams. Clear documentation is critical for project success and maintenance.
Okay, so wrapping this up, it's clear that being a top Salesforce consultant in 2025 it's a really multifaceted role.
It really is. You need that deep technical knowledge, but also the strategic business mind, strong people skills, and you absolutely have to commit to keep learning. It's that blend Raksha talks about.
The consultants who can bring all those pieces together are the ones who will really deliver value.
Absolutely. They move beyond just implementation to become true strategic partners for their clients, using the technology to solve real business problems.
So for you listening, we hope this deep dive into Raksha Sanganee's perspective gives you a clearer picture of what's essential in Salesforce consulting today and tomorrow. It's definitely more than just knowing the tech.
Much more. It's about applying it strategically and collaboratively.
So here's a thought to leave you with. Considering everything we've discussed, all these evolving demands, what single skill do you think will be the most critical for Salesforce consultants over the next few years? Something to ponder. Thanks for joining us.